We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Students, I am Professor Bhavi M. Pandya, Assistant Professor in Chemical Engineering Department at Government Engineering College, Valsad. Today's topic is of selection of operating pressure from the chapter Process Design of Distillation column. Now, how to select operating pressure? The basic way we all know is to equate bubble point equation to 1. Now, that is a trial and error method that will give you exact quantity of pressure at which you have to operate your column. But this topic will give you a basic idea whether you have to operate your column under vacuum or whether you have to operate your column under pressure. It will not give you the exact quantity. Now this selection, that is not exact, but it will give you idea that your column will run in vacuum or your column will run in pressure, depends on your cheapest cooling medium that is available in your condenser. The cheapest cooling medium that is available in your condenser is always cooling water, right? So it depends on the temperature of your cooling water, right? So I'll give you 3 examples. One example is distillation of acetaldehyde, ethanol and water. Now acetaldehyde boiling point, when you are separating, the acetaldehyde boiling point is 20.2 degrees Celsius, which is very much low. And the cooling water that is available in the overhead condenser is near about 32 degrees Celsius. Now we all know that why it is at 32 degrees Celsius, because the wet bulb temperature in the near about area is 27-28 degrees Celsius plus 3 to 4 degrees Celsius of driving force that is required for shell and tube heat exchanger. So design temperature is always at 32. Now if acetaldehyde water vapor is coming to the condenser at 20.2 degrees Celsius and if you are providing cooling water at 32 degrees Celsius, rather than cooling you are doing heating. So you are doing opposite process. So you cannot give 32 degrees Celsius of cooling water at this condition. So the best way, if you want to use cooling water only, operate your column under pressure. This can be done with chilling water. If you want to cool it, if you want to condense it with chilling water, this is possible. But what will happen? This will increase your costing. This will increase your operating cost because you will further require more refrigeration and more utility costing to chill your water from 32 degrees Celsius, right? So it is always advantageous to use a cooling water first. So at 3.6 atmosphere gauge pressure, the normal boiling point of acetaldehyde comes around 60 degrees Celsius, right? So it is higher than atmospheric pressure also, atmospheric temperature also. So you can easily use cooling water at that condition. And if you are operating at your column at 3.6 atmosphere, that is a high pressure, you also do not require any pump to get that liquid from condenser to your storage tank. So that is also a saving that you are doing, right? Even if you store something at 20.2 degrees Celsius, that will actually vaporize in the atmosphere and you will require further insulation to save the heat inside. So you will require further insulation for that storage tanks. Second example is separation of methyl chloride from chloromethanes. Now normal boiling point of methyl chloride is 24 degrees Celsius, right? And so definitely you cannot use cooling water here. You have to use brine. Now first The cheapest cooling medium is cooling water, then comes chilling water, then comes brine. So brine is the costlier thing. You have to try to avoid to use brine. If you want to use it, it will be costly for you. Your operating cost will be always higher. So always try to use cooling water. Now at 10 atmosphere, if you increase the pressure, your temperature increases. At 10 atmosphere absolute, the boiling point of methyl chloride turns around to be 47.3 degrees Celsius. Now this vapor at 47.3 degrees Celsius, when it gets in contact with 32 degrees Celsius cooling water, gets condensed. It is easy. But why it is not done at 9 atmosphere? The relation of vapor pressure and temperature would be such that at 9 atmosphere the temperature might be around 32, 33, and you cannot use the same temperature for cooling, because the cooling water is also available at 32 and the vapor is also available, so there is no driving force, so heat transfer won't take place, right? So because of which it is operated at 10 atmosphere. Another example is separation of ethane from the mixture of ethane, propane and butanes. Now the critical temperature of ethane is 32.3 degrees Celsius. Now always remember two things, that your operating pressure of the column should not be higher than the critical temperature of the top product, right? Or you can say your temperature of the cooling medium should not be higher than critical temperature of your top product, right? Why these lines are important, right? Why this critical temperature and pressure are important? If we go back to thermodynamics and if we see this PV diagram, we know that it is having this curve, and this point is the critical point. At different temperature we get a vapor liquid mixture. This is liquid part and this is vapor. Now after this critical temperature and pressure, your fluid will turn to gas, and gas cannot be easily condensed. You have to pressurize it, right? So it is said that your critical temperature of cooling, your temperature of cooling medium should always be less than this critical temperature of your top product. Otherwise this phase is gas, it won't be able to convert back to liquid, right? So the critical temperature of ethane is 32.3 degrees Celsius. If it is 32.3 degrees Celsius, definitely the cooling water temperature, that is at 32, it near about same. We cannot use this cooling water here to condense ethane, because it is violating this thermodynamics. So at 30 atmosphere, the critical temperature turns around to be 10 degrees Celsius, right? Now you can operate your column at 30 atmosphere, and you can use near about chilling water also, because 3 degree driving force is required to use shell and tube heat exchanger, and 3 degree driving force is available. But what happens, 30 atmosphere is very high pressure, very high pressure. If you are running your column under 30 atmosphere, that means you will require a huge diameter columns, right? Huge thickness columns. So rather just to use chilling water, you are decreasing your operating cost, but at 30 atmosphere you are increasing your fixed cost too. So at 20 atmosphere, the critical temperature of ethane turns around to be 6.4 degrees Celsius. So rather to use chilling water, operate your column at 20 atmosphere and use brine. So the temperature of the brine will be lower than this, and it will be able to condense it. So this law is also not this law is also fulfilled, and your fixed cost is also not high, and your operating cost is also not so high, right? Thank you friends, hope this lecture is useful to you.